Today I'm going to be telling you who's playing with who for EU for the new season. There are some new duos, some duos sticking together. I'm going to let you know how they're going to perform and who I think will win FNCS. So let's get right on with it. So our FNCS champions are Hen and Queasy. Now unsurprisingly they're sticking together for this season. You might have actually been confused when they didn't play together in the first Cash Cup, but that's just because Hen was unavailable for it. They will be playing the rest of the season together. Now they're going to continue landing at North Sleepy because they had insane success from there and nobody seems to be challenging them there really at all. So they should be massive contenders for this season, I think, and the meta hasn't changed much, so there's no reason to really doubt that they will succeed this season. The FNCS runners-up, however, have split up. They are Stormy Right and Kuriachi. We thought they would probably stick together for this season, but because of the sanctions that have been placed on Russia and Kuriachi can't earn any prize money from Fortnite at the moment, it seems like that's part of the reason they split up. Not exactly sure what's going on with Kuriachi because we heard rumours that he might be moving countries in order to solve the problem for him. But yeah, Stormy Right has gone ahead and looked for other duos. He was playing with Deciptos most recently, so we'll see how they get on this season as a new duo. And our third place from FNCS last season is Tayson and Thomas, the all-star duo. Now, they are sticking together for this season and they've already won a cup together, the Performance Evaluation Tournament last week. They were actually contested there, which makes it doubly impressive. They were contested by Veno and Aqua, who are a new duo for this season. Aqua, of course, was playing with Noah, and Veno with Joe. And Veno and Joe were landing in Covert Cavern quite a bit, and they are choosing to stick there, this time Veno and Aqua. Now, it has not gone that well for Veno and Aqua so far, just in that one tournament though, so we'll see how things go. But we may see that play out through the whole season, but it's a very powerful POI still with the Vault and everything like that, so yeah, it could be pretty huge for Tayson Thomas or even Veno and Aqua. And I should also add that Aqua actually has a history of not leaving drop spots, so I think this could well go all the way to the grand finals and we'll just see them 50-50 in the slurp truck all season. We'll see, could be fun for spectators, we'll see how it plays out. And that naturally leads us on to Aqua's previous duo, Noah Rayleigh, who has teamed up with Raisin this season, a brilliant solo player who is now emerging massively in team modes as well. And that could be a great refreshing vibe to Noah, who has slightly underperformed in the last few seasons, so we might see them right at the top this time. Back to Command Cavern again, and we are talking about Pink and Anas. They won a huge amount of games last season using the Llama split and the Chili Chugs there. With that gone, they are trying to claim this new area. There was a mythic boss there, but he has moved locations in the recent update, so it's no longer there. However, it seems that Malabuka and Mustache are having something to say about that and have moved from Camp Cuddle to land there as well. They were a little disappointing when it came to grand finals last season, but don't forget that they were the most consistent duo last season, being the only ones that qualified for every Cash Cup final. Unfortunately, that streak was actually broken in the first Cash Cup recently, but surely it's just a small blip in their season. Now, there were some rumours towards the end of last season that Benji and Savage might not be coming back to Tilted Towers this season because of the problems that they had in the grand finals. However, that appears to be incorrect. They are back at Tilted. In the Cash Cup, we saw them landing there every game, and they were pretty impressive. They qualified to the final, and they will return there. So with DKS and Bad Sniper, they're actually going to be landing at the blimp above the POI at the moment. So we won't get an exact repeat of last season, but we might see them battling in some way. From above, from below, we'll see. And the NPC that sells launch pads might provide the opportunity for more teams to do really, really well out of Tilted. Now, one of the biggest teams to split this season are Cami and Teak, who did surprisingly badly in grand finals. Now we have Cami and Seti, and then Teak has gone with PKR. Now Cami and Seti, who both play for Become Legends now, one of the only duos who are on the same org, they will be predictably landing at the Cami split, and I actually fancy a massive comeback for both these players. Seti also didn't have a good season last time around, but yeah, I fancy a big bounce back. I think it's all set up really well for them, and they know each other so well, playing for the same org. They've won FNCS together before. I just think they're going to have a great season together. One duo who went a little bit under the radar last season but were actually incredibly successful in the end were Janice and Vortex. Because they switched duos around a few times, I guess people kind of didn't notice them coming, and then FNCS came and then suddenly they placed 5th in the grand finals, which was a really, really crazy result obviously. Now they're looking to land at Command Cavern, the Northwest Vent is where they've been landing a lot this season. And now it's a really crowded area. We've already talked about several other tier 1 duos in the area. And I think we may see them dip to somewhere else during the season, maybe South Sleepy in custom finals, we might see them there. Now I must mention a duo that are completely new to the EU scene, and that is Vortex M and Sons. They are OCE players who have been dominating on that region for many seasons, and they have come over to EU to test themselves on what is the region with the most depth, potentially the hardest region. And now, so far, they have settled in really well. They qualified for the Performance Evaluation Cup. They placed 4th in the final, a really, really good result. So yeah, they've settled in great, and I think their aim for this season should be at least to make the grand finals, maybe place in sort of top half, that sort of thing. I don't see them challenging for the win this season, but you just never know, I guess. But yeah, let's see. That'll be a really interesting story to have our eyes on. Now, I can't mention every single duo in this video, otherwise we would be here all day. There are a few other new duos that I would like to give a little mention to. Firstly, we have Endretta and Hellfire, who both had bad seasons by their own standards, but actually teamed up together at the end of the season and won the last Cash Cup together. We also have teams like Mappy and Flois. We have Fistroke and Cheatin, Joe and Phoenix, and then I think Chapik's trying with Zandy at the moment. So yeah, some really interesting duos going around. Then there's also some duos who are sticking together. For example, Trulex and Chico, Rifty and Flodax, Lucy and Steno, Idrop and Jerky. The list goes on and on and on. There is so much depth on EU. I'm just not going to mention them all here. I forgot about, Floki and Clement, Lechley and Swilliam. It's just endless list. But we will see how they all go this season. And that's enough duos mentioned. So who do I actually think will win FNCS? Clearly it's impossible to know these things, but my prediction is that Hen and Queasy won't go back to back. I am going to say that this is the season Cami and Seti to win their second FNCS titles. I just have this feeling like that they're just going to be right back at the top again, and things are so nicely set up for them at their drop spot. So that is my prediction. Cami and Seti will come back to it in 2 months after FNCS and see whether I was completely wrong or whether I can see the future. So who do you think is going to do well this season, and who have I completely forgotten about? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, the usual support is massively appreciated from the buttons below, because I have some really helpful educational content coming for you that should help improve your gameplay and your decision making. But yeah, watch out for that, and I will see you next time.